Hey guys, so welcome to another WoW Weekly with Myst. And for this week's events, we have the Mythics going on, and there'll also be the PvP Brawl, the Cooking Impossible. Dark Moon Fair is up, so that's a good one to help you with your leveling and your rep. That one ends on Saturday, June 13th. And we still have our big experience buff, the 100%. So that is still going on as well. As for my personal achievements, goals, and all that, I can't remember if I made a goal last week, but basically, this week was all dedicated to this character you see on screen right now. So this is my Void Elf Hunter. I was kind of like leveling her here and there. And then I decided that I wanted to go for the Herald of the Titans achievement, which is exactly what you see me doing in this video. And so, since she was kind of the closest to 80, I had kind of come up with this, idea to do this, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, I finally finished leveling her all the way to 80, and I dragged her through pretty much every raid I could possibly bring her into this past week. Did a couple of BC heroic dungeons because I couldn't really bring her through the Northrend dungeons because they're higher item level than 100. And for those that are unaware of what this achievement is this is an achievement that I wanted back in the day, but back then I just really wasn't part of a raiding guild. I was in a raiding guild in vanilla, and then like Lich King, we were kind of a raiding guild, but we just never made it as far as doing this achievement. So this has been one that I've wanted for a long time, and to be honest, I thought it was removed from the game. So that was basically my focus for this week. Got the hunter to 80, got her geared. Every piece on that hunter is a item level 100. I did do some recording during the process, so I am going to put out a video for you guys that maybe want to do this at a later time. And all in all, it went pretty good. It seemed a little rocky at the start, but as you can see, there's a couple of very high DPS. Those aren't people that, spent 2 or 3 weeks getting to 80 and doing gear. Those are people who do these runs all the time to help people get the achievement. So they have pretty much the best gear they can possibly have on their characters, and so that's that may explain the high DPS there for a level 80. Yeah, they have definitely perfected their gear, so that most definitely helped out with the run as well, having those high DPS in there. I was not in it as long as I thought I would be. I thought this run was going to take at least a few hours and possibly extend the time frame that everyone was thinking. So it's very interesting. Like I think we did an amazing job. Mainly because the leader of this raid showed quite a bit of concern an hour before the raid and even during the raid of our healers. It did seem like they thought healers was lacking a bit. But honestly, from what I witnessed through the raid, I thought the healers did really good. I think they did a great job keeping everyone up. So yeah. if we hadn't had, the people who normally run this in the group, then definitely there would have been a DPS issue, I think. But other than that, attempt wise, I didn't really keep track of the attempts, but if I had to shout out a number, I'd probably say 5 or 6 wipes, which really is not bad for an achievement like this where everyone has to be level 80 and they can't have item level 100 or higher. Well, they can't have past 100. And yeah, the preparation is a pretty big one though, so if you are thinking of doing it, definitely prep yourself. Like you'll want to get to 80, get 100 item level. You're going to want all your gear enchanted, gemmed, and definitely come with flasks. You can see I have some on there. I made a druid, so the recommended flask for me as a hunter for here was a versatility, which I thought was kind of weird, but I don't main a hunter, so maybe you hunter mains out there are familiar with the fact that you need versatility pots. I don't know, but that is what the suggested flask was for my hunter. Okay, so that was very cool. My hunter now holds on to the Herald of the Titans title. So yeah, that was very awesome. As for goals for this week, and now that this is out of the way, I want to go back to focusing leveling. I kind of put all leveling on halt so that I could get as good of gear as possible to do this run, which I did last night. And yeah, so back to the leveling. I can't remember who I'm really leveling. We might just continue this hunter now that I can move her out of level 80. I've been doing my mythics again, so yeah. The ultimate goal is to, of course, have 15s on every dungeon, but I just don't know if that's going to get done. I don't really have a mythic team to run with anymore, so the chances of me pugging out 15s is so unlikely, but we'll see. But that's not a weekly goal anyway. That would be a goal to have done before Shadowlands shows up. Okay, so on to news for this week. So the first piece of news is that there was supposed to be a dev stream going on tomorrow. They were going to talk about Shadowlands. It was basically a Shadowlands reveal event. That has been postponed. It sounds like they're just not fully ready to announce everything yet, which kind of weird that they wouldn't have thought that they might have not been ready last week, but yeah, so that's been postponed. I will let you know in another WoW Weekly when it gets picked back up and they have a new date for us to do the stream. Second piece of news is the corruption vendor. For those that are unaware, there are certain corruption pieces that you can purchase, and it's almost like a sale that goes on where they bring a few pieces in, sell them for a few days, and then bring another bunch of pieces in. So this is a little screenshot that I took for you guys. These are the pieces that are going to vanish on June 9th. So you have one day to go pick these up. And the final piece of news I have for you guys is some PvP changes that are coming up. Once again, screenshotted, so feel free to pause the video and you can read all that's involved there. Just some PvP tuning things that will go into effect on reset on June 9th. And that is basically it for the news. Not a whole lot has been going on in WoW, probably due to our world problems. And as you can see, my own add-on killed me in this video. That death I could have avoided if my screen wasn't red, and that's an add-on doing that. So yeah, it's like I like that add-on most days because it does kind of like, it's a huge warning that I'm low on health, so it's really handy most days. But for this fight, it was just bad timing for it because my screen was red, and then I couldn't see the damage hitting me. And yeah, as you can see, I got flung up. That was like something to avoid, but I couldn't see it because of the bright redness on my screen. So yeah, that sucked. But nonetheless, it was the attempt that got the achievement. So it still was a win. And just, I could have lasted a little longer in the fight if I had been able to see the floor on the screen there. But that concludes this week's episode. So I hope you enjoyed. I know the WoW weeklies have been a tad short, which, in my personal opinion, is a good thing. But, due to them being short, that does mean that there's nothing really going on. But hopefully we'll have some stuff soon. I think it's just tough right now because so much stuff is going on, like so much serious stuff. So yeah, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.